Hi, go ahead and open up your Algebra 1 notes packet so you can copy down your notes today. We are going to be starting on our first unit, which is solving equations. And so today we are going to be solving two-step equations. Okay, so when you're solving for equations, remember you're trying to isolate the variable, or you're trying to get the variable all by itself to see what it's equal to. So say we have something like 3x plus 4 equals 10. We are going to be solving this equation to solve for our unknown, which is the variable x. So in order to do that, we have to isolate x, or we have to get x all by itself. Okay, so we're going to draw a little line here so we can write down our steps on one side and show our work on the other. So we have 3x plus 4 equals 10. So we're just copying down our equation. And so we're going to be using our inverses. So if you remember from last year, the inverse of addition is subtraction. So if we see addition like plus 4, if we want to undo that plus 4, we need to subtract 4 from both sides. And remember, whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other side. So that's our first step. We're going to undo plus 4 by subtracting 4 from both sides. Okay, so then the purpose in doing that is that 4 disappears. We're one step closer to getting x all by itself. So we bring down our 3x, and that equals 10 minus 4, which is 6. So now we know 3x equals 6. Well, now 3 is being multiplied by x, so we need to undo that multiplication. So how do we undo multiplication? The inverse of multiplication is division, so we're going to be dividing. So we are going to undo 3 times x by dividing both sides by 3. So we want to divide the left side by 3 because when we do that, we're left with x. But since we are dividing the left side by 3, we also have to divide the right side by 3. And so then the last step is we just solve for x. And so x equals, what, 6 divided by 3? That is 2. And then you're going to check your answer. So your last step, you want to make sure you didn't make any mistakes. So you're going to check your answer. How do you do that? So we have 3 times x plus 4 equals 10. So we're going to take our answer, which was x equals 2, and we're going to substitute that into our original equation. So we have 3. We now know x. We think x is 2. That's what we got when we solved. So we're going to go back and we're going to check our work. Plus 4, does that equal 10? Well, 3 times 2, that is 6. 6 plus 4, does that equal 10? 6 plus 4 is 10, and 10 equals 10. So we know we did it correctly. Okay, let's go ahead and look at your assignment for solving two-step equations. So you want to keep your notes handy to help you. Okay, so we have for number 1, 3r plus 5 equals 23. So we're trying to get r all by itself. So we're going to have to get rid of this 3 in front of r, and we're going to have to get rid of this plus 5. So the first thing we want to do is get rid of that plus 5 by subtracting 5 from both sides. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So on the left side, we are just left with 3r equals 23 minus 5, which is 18. Now we have 3 is being multiplied by r. So to undo that multiplication, we're going to need to divide. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. Our 3's cancel out, and we're left with r equals 18 divided by 3, which is 6. We're almost done. We think r equals 6, but we have to check our answer. So we're going to go back up top. We have 3r plus 5 equals 23. We're going to take r and we're going to substitute it in. We're going to plug in 6. So 3 times 6, because we think r is 6, plus 5, does that equal 23? We have 6 times 3, which is 18, plus 5 equals 23, and 23 equals 23. So we know we did it correctly. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and do that for your assignment.